I would like to point out Malakin. I feel like he's a massively underrated carry. He's not picked up nearly enough. And I mean, there's very few carries that put out the damage later stages in the game that Malakin can, knowing that you put he has the survivability built in, so that opens up the item slots for rift shards and other extremely powerful items. Meaning he only needs a shrunken, and the rest is all damage.
Well, what's really important to note though is that being a strength carry, when you get more damage, you also get more HP. And so not only is he very strong on the damage side, he can also be the frontliner for Sync right now.
Ameno to that. And but yeah, I mean, I'm just still surprised that we don't see him more often. I love him, and he's got the escape mechanism as well as an initiation with that sword throw, and just the whole hero seems to be like. If I don't know if you ever played like the Warcraft 3 custom hero arenas, he's like the hero that you would build as a dream hero to just annihilate players. So I'm really glad to see him in here. Now here comes the bans. Kraken, Midas, and Monkey King being banned by Fusion. That Monkey King, is that what the respect comments about?
I'm pretty sure it is.
Man,
I don't see any other reason for there being that respect call other than for the
interesting.
Monkey King.
So Insania bans out Meraxis, Flux, and Puppet Master. The Flux, yeah, I can see that makes sense, but I
There
mean,
we go.
oh my God, respect that. BMG's going with the Devourer pick, and what is the most important game of the series here? Game three, everything's on the line, and they wait till now to bust out this strategy. So,
They've done it
wow.
in the past though. Boxy plays a phenomenal Devourer, and yeah, it's interesting to see where they're going to run him, whether they're going to put him middle or kind of in the laning. I mean the roaming role, which they have done him put him in before.
Yeah,
But
and they could go a lot of different ways with it. And just to say that Aluna, it's probably gonna go on Fusin, but on Wednesday or Thursday, they put Aluna solo in mid with Boxy, and he got an incredible farm on her and took over the game. So that being said, they could run it anyway. And okay, so it will be a support Aluna. Don't got to worry about that. But Silhouette making a reappearance. It's been a
that's been a
while.
while.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's not a hero you see very often anymore. And I guess Fusin's going to be playing it, busting out the support silhouette. No problem there.
for sure. Yeah.
No, of course not. I mean, it that's the problem with picking Tempest though, because Silhouette didn't lose any strength or anything. The hero is still incredibly difficult to deal with, but when you pick a Tempest, you just can't be that aggressive early on, and especially versus Punk Pang in at DreamHack now. I don't think Sync really wants to run a Tempest versus a Silhouette. It
Yeah.
gets too much freedom to farm and then split push. It's just really difficult to deal with. And it is going to be Mikke on the Wretched Hag. So, man, the AoE, again, team fight, team fight, team fight. It's insane.
Yep, and that seems to be the strategy that they want to run. I do like the Pharaoh pickup too. It's just that they have plenty of initiation now between the Malikan and the Pharaoh, and to create that room for Tempest to follow up initiate. I don't like forcing him to be on the front line, so that's gonna give them that advantage. And yeah, but also like you said, the Silhouette is gonna have plenty of space to transition here. It's the only really weird pick is the Devo. It's gonna be interesting how they lane this after all.
I mean, they might choose to do the, what's it called? The aggressive, the tri lane, defensive tri lane to really secure a farm in the Baltazar and then make sure that Keizu really gets nothing on this suicide lane because Pharaoh is one of those heroes you can box out so incredibly easily. He's unbelievably weak in the first few minutes of the game. When he reaches level 6, that's when he can gank, but before that, it just feels kind of awkward. And is
Yeah.
Malakin going to be found out here? No.
No, and that Legion team, yeah, making a conscious effort to roam as a team. They get the pull camp blocked off here. Will they block another camp from and try to slow this Tempest down? Is the question. It looks like they may.
Do you think that they're
Hmm.
picking Empath because Penny has a limited hero pool? Because I mean, Rhapsody would seem like a much better pickup.
Yeah, this is they picked Empath up the first game too. I don't know if they tried to set up the synergy between Malik or Drunken and Empath the first game, and it didn't work too well. So maybe now they're thinking it'll run a little differently. It could be that, but I'm pretty sure Panny could play Rhapsody if he had to.
I mean, it's not the most difficult hero to
It's
play.
not. It's that can't be the only reasoning behind it. They must just want to have that. Malakin doesn't have the most attack speed because he's a strength hero, so that will put him over the top, perhaps.
Yeah, there is that synergy that he's going to start hitting incredibly hard. Even with Hag as his target, he's still going to do a great job. But I don't know, I would prefer a bit more AoE damage because as of right now, they have Hag and Malakin. But
Look
Malakin
at
doesn't
mid.
start hitting
Aluna's
hard
manning
until
up
later.
here, already
Yeah,
forcing out the health pop by Mickey here.
it's exactly what he should be doing though. There's not a lot Mickey can do against an Aluna. Power Throw just deals too much damage, and he's got Haunt, and he's got Flash of Darkness at level 1. He used it so he could get the pull ward off. And he's almost suicide right now.
Yeah, it's really a bad position. Nice dodge on the sword throw there, though. I'm sure he'll be okay. Up at top lane too, Make has a pretty favorable lane. He's gonna have problems, but I mean, if that Essence Link comes out, he's got the Blade Frenzy, and at least a decent matchup for him.
Yeah, but of course he can't spin through the wall. He's not even going to try right now, and Empath hasn't skilled anything yet. But
Mm.
I think ultimately he should just skill the wall because there's no reason to skill Essence Link right now. Of course, when he's level 2, he can use Essence Link to force out the spin and then use the wall to block him.
Ooh,
But
there goes the
there's a
wall.
wall.
Yep.
But I don't know, Flensmeister wasn't interested in going. Alright, but let's look back at this mid lane. Hag is still level 1. So Fusen is doing an absolutely fantastic job at boxing him
Yeah,
out.
he's got 1 creep's worth of experience, or maybe 2 denied. 50.
Nah, it's gonna be 2 creeps. 2 minutes, 2 creeps.
Yeah, so having a bad time overall though. And Boxy 11 and 12, 11 and 13 now with that CK. Oh, up top, Essence Link gonna connect on the Swift Lady. He's taking a ton of damage. Malikan's diving the tower and the bloodless kill. Going credit to Panny, but
Mid lane.
oh man, mid lane too now.
Oh man, that was sick. It hit, the hook hit right before the Flash of Darkness went out. Oh my god. And Behemoth making a point of it to roam early on with that haste rune, definitely securing the kill.
And he's still got a little bit of time left on it. He's gonna set a wall off onto Pharaoh here. He's gonna eat a lot of damage from Silhouette. She already has 1 point into the Relentless Salvo, so the damage is stacking off. He's gonna force out the Mummy Wall. Unfortunately,
That
yeah.
was awkward. That was poorly played. That was a kill, for sure.
Yeah.
Casey should have died there. Really, there was no reason that he didn't die. I mean, just
was-
walk right next to him, use your tree grapple, get into the mummies with him.
I
and then
think
there's
that
nothing
was
Casey
it.
can
The
do.
positioning, she didn't really have a chance to set up a nice tree grapple, but either way, they force out the health potion, and it was the leftovers of a haste, right? I mean,
True. But at this point in the game, you really need to make sure that Balthazar gets complete free farm because he's only got 260 right now because Keizu's doing a great job at just being a nuisance. Like
Yeah.
making sure to deny creeps, all of that. There we go. Missing another last
He
hit
did
because of
force
that
another
auto
one.
attack. Like, Silhouette is the most important thing to their team right now.
so do you think we're gonna see? So mid lane, they get another initiation off onto Hag. He's gonna throw out the hook. Oh, the power throw connects first. That would have been a miss hook, but they get a counter kill onto Boxy. Having to dive extra far for that. They wanted the kill pretty bad. Now here comes a rotation by Empath. A beautiful wall. Luna's getting stuck here, and the minions of Tempest just putting in work. Nice rotations coming out from Sync, and that's what I always recognize best about them. They always seem to make very... Okay, top lane, there's some more action. Swiftblade's going to Blade Frenzy on Malkin, but he did pick up some boots, so he's going to be okay. You know what I was saying? Sync, I feel like their strongest point whenever I watch them play is they make precise rotations, and it always pays off for them. You very rarely see them rotate and get nothing out of it.
Yeah. And even now, they're moving people top.
Look at him diving the tower here.
Okay, but
They
this might
played-
be a mistake.
I don't know. Tempest is there.
Oh,
The
he
Blade
didn't
Frenzy.
use his spin.
He couldn't get it off. It was on cooldown before that Tempest stun came out. That was really cutting it close. In the meantime, Boxy's getting another kill on the Hag, taking him down to 80 HP. But that's, I mean, that's tricky. Hag is gonna be, you got to play real greedy to get hooked by a Devo as Hag.
Yeah, I think it was more so just thinking that he could survive with it, but you know, with Devo having 1k HP without even steam boots or anything, it's gonna be difficult.
Yeah, and I think you nailed it. It is basically a suicide position here, and he's not building like a suicide. You know, he's got no regen, no boots. He's trying to play it like it's like a fairly even mid matchup, but it's not. So I don't know.
And at
Mickey
this,
maybe not used to that.
yeah, but Root of Z, I don't know what he's gonna do this game because he's level 1 right now, and it's gonna look like he's gonna take a really long time to get that level 6 and ultimate
Oh,
mid lane,
Devo
though.
ultimate onto Hag. The power throw and the hook connects. Credit for the kill
That,
going to Boxy.
that taunt just makes it look as if like the hero just disappears from the map.
Yeah. Now he's
I'm
gonna
like,
bottle back to full. Devo's having a great time here, man. 430 GPM, and that's gonna be an early PK probably on him. So even though Behemoth's having a really hard time, if Devo has the best start, he could be an initiator too.
yeah, definitely. I mean, it's not even out of the question for him to pick up a Shrunken and really secure and lock down that Malikan or even the Hag.
Do you think we're gonna see Silhouette go with like a Thunderclaw to really snowball her farm, or would she go with the lifesteal maybe? Whispering Helm route.
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure because as it looks right now, Make is going to have to recover, so it feels like Balthazar is going to have to be a bit more active. So in that regard, I would say Silhouette might be in trouble. Penny coming in with a haste, but no mana, so that's not going to do anything. But what I wanted to say is Silhouette needs to be active earlier on in this game, so a Nullstone PK is really the way to go, so he can just fight and make sure to, you know, get those pickoffs with his ultimate, then swap out, just, you know, make it safe for him to be in team fights, so to speak. Mid lane.
Very good point there, and yeah, we have some action at mid. Devo throws out the hook, doesn't connect. Now he's gonna be collapsed on by 3 heroes, and Insania doesn't have enough mana for a void yet, but he actually has a chalice ready. Nice, decent wall coming out. It's gonna force him to walk around. And here comes the elemental void, and the nice sword throw by Malikan, rotating and activating that demonic presence, and it's a double tap for the Hellborn team. So that's what I like to see. Don't hold on to that god hole for too long. He gets it off, uses it. He's gonna return to the jungle, and make sure to get use out of that cooldown every once in a while. Oh, Swiftblade trying to get that Swift Slashes off, but I don't even think he would have. No way he would have killed Malikan with that.
No, definitely not. That Malikan's way too tanky. Yeah, and bottom lane.
Ooh, tricky. Interesting.
What is going on in this game? Like BMG is not responding to the rotations of Insania and Penny, and even you know Flensmeister with that 400 GPM.
Yeah, that's true. They don't have really any vision. Do you see a single ward on the map for BMG? I don't.
No, I mean they are feeling the disadvantage for real, and I mean maybe it's partly due to the fact that Aluna got those early boots. But at the same time, though, boots pretty important.
I
So
feel like, yeah, I feel like, look at Ruda Z. He's still he just hit level 2 off that pole right now.
yeah,
That is
how
not
that
how you utilize a behemoth. You have to give him some room to get some levels before he has no impact on the game. He becomes just a utility wall, and the hero can be so much more.
and I mean, I am 100% sure right now that Keizu can jump behemoth and kill him. If he manages to get vision on him and then activate the Hellfire, here's
oh
the
yeah, and here
rocket.
comes Empath. Rocket's gonna spot him out, and you called it. Here comes the Wrath of the Pharaoh onto Behemoth, and he dies so quickly. There's not even a chance for a counter initiation or any type of rotation because Ruda Z is in such a bad position right now.
Yeah, and it's just he didn't do anything bottom. Keizu did such a good job of not dying that he's able to just get these pickoffs now because he just got the levels for it. It's like he also has steam boots on top of it, of course, but understandably, it's been 9 minutes and he was in a 1v1 lane, essentially.
Yeah,
So
Keizu's doing very well. I mean, just compare that to Make, 0-2-0 with 170 GPM. Now Keizu's the suicide god right now.
Suicide God, yeah.
I don't want to use the G word. It has some history with Sync, but yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Wonder whose idea that was. Guys,
Yeah,
let's
I
tag
figured
up
it.
as gods.
It's not gonna come across as really cocky or anything. Don't worry. But
I really that the fact that they did lose that one game and like I feel like that gave every other team in the land the confidence like whoa they can die they can lose a match and
yeah,
but they
but
definitely have
there
something to prove here.
is Casey going to find Behemoth again? He's got the Wrath of the Pharaoh up.
And of course, Panny getting so active this game, he might have got a couple of tips from Insania. He's like, man, you need to be more active in the game. He definitely took the. I'm not saying that's what happened, but it feels like compared to the first match and even the second one, he's just been roaming so much more, and it's paying off huge.
It's paying off absolutely amazingly. Like, he's only 160 GPM, but then again, he's a support and he hasn't died and he has 4 assists. He's been in 5 out of 7 kills. Okay, and Flensmeister is just continuing his farming route. And then you look at Flens as well. He's been in 4 kills, and then you see Baltazar. He's 0-0-0. So you can definitely see who's more of an active carry player who really
Yeah,
understands that in this current meta, you have to be a bit active and get kills, because that's the only way that you're gonna outfarm your opponent. Because
it's true.
kills give so much more than anything else right now. And Baltazar, good swap. Wrath of the Pharaoh did come in to try and kill Baltazar as he was taking out a stack and getting a bit low, but with the illusion being up,
Oh,
it
Legion team's got 4 heroes down here though. A kill onto Pharaoh would be pretty fairly decent here, but they don't want to force it. Flensmeister, yep, he's already got a Minotaur nearby. He's gonna start stacking up that
panic.
Ancients. Yeah, Panny is not in the best spot.
Or is he? He's going to be in a spot to cut them off, rather.
Oh, yeah, because the rest of the Hellborn team's here. I didn't even see them cross the map. Finally, Fisher coming off is going to lock him down, and a nice hook by Boxy to save a Luna there. So good synergy and team play by BMG and
Oh, here
preventing.
comes
Oh,
ult.
but it'll be a little late. So they manage to get a kill for the rotation. Hook coming out onto Wretched Hag. He's going to get stunned by Tempest, though. Tempest got that Void. Will he use it, though, just on the Devo? Devo's pretty tanky. Doesn't necessarily need it. They get the kill off.
Like, Maka is not even considering porting. Behemoth is level 4, has support on him, didn't port either. Then we have Baltazar, he's continuing his farm, but like look at this. Flensmeister increased his farm by going out and getting kills. Baltazar's been bottom lane or jungle the entire game now.
Yeah, not to mention it. The kills not only give you that gold advantage, they hinder the enemy targets that you choose to focus. That just means less wards for Legion side and in general. So
And now they're gonna get the deny at bottom as well.
yes, they will. And I don't know about you, but yeah, Legion team's got a dual core lineup, but with no farm on Behemoth and a Devo, I give the late game to Hellborn team. I don't see a Swiftblade and Silhouette with mediocre farm taking out a Malkin ever.
It depends on the kind of farm that Flensmeister has at the later points in the game. Top. And the Hag is dead now as well. But there comes Kesu.
Oh man, and those elementals doing work.
Here comes the Luna though. Are they gonna look to? They are baiting it, but that Hellfire is just doing ridiculous amounts of damage.
Yeah, he did max it here.
Yeah. And in a 1v1 matchup, I think you definitely want to do that because it's just such a strong skill that if you have the levels for it, you can do a shit ton of damage with it. And otherwise, I'd say max the Rocket because it does a lot of damage as well. Like, if you look at the damage charts, okay, Root of Z getting picked off by the Empath Malikan combo.
Oh yeah. And that's it. That's it. He's just getting active. He's building an Insanitarius, it looks like. And unless you try something crazy, outlandish, that's probably the pickup. And
I mean, look at the damage charts. Pharaoh's at 14%. Even though you wouldn't think that a Pharaoh really does that high amount of damage, those constant rockets are doing a lot of work.
yes, they are.
And Silhouette is at 4% damage, the same as a Behemoth.
He is trying to get active, though. He's got an invisibility rune here, but Pharaoh is definitely not going to go down easily. You're going to have to nail a perfect hook and have a Silhouette really unload on him to get the kill. Tempest now with a portal key, working on steam boots. They'll look for him.
Tempest.
The elementals blocking him. Here comes the hook. That's a dead Tempest. So decent roam by them, using the invisibility to their advantage, and that was blind. I mean, they just got lucky finding them there. So, but at the
Yeah,
same
and
time,
bottom lane.
bottom lane, Behemoth struggling to get that Fisher off because of the Hellfire. Smackdown. Kazu's gonna take out Rudazi. Maybe if he was level 6, he might have got away there, but still only level 5. He's gonna drop with not much in the way of saving himself. Malikan sword throws in, almost connects with the deny. Credit for the kill going to Boxy though. Devo grabbing that portal key, realizing that there's really no other initiation coming out by his team, and positioning could be beneficial to them. But I mean, it's to the point where there's not many pickoff targets for them even. I mean, for Legion team to pick off Hellborn, it's like, yeah, the Tempest, but you're not going to kill Flens or Kazu very easily anymore. They've bulked
Well,
up.
I mean, Keizu hasn't really bulked up in that sense. He's going for a Hellflower, so he's not going to be the tankiest. I think it's still very possible for Boxy to pick it off with the global power throw coming out from a Luna, plus, you know, level 2 ultimate. It is a lot of damage.
It's true, but I mean, still, he is just a level 10 Pharaoh, and he's tanky enough where if Devo hooks him, the Hellfire is going to break the Devo ult too. So if you get,
But
you know,
of
given that
course,
he
with
gets it
that
off.
PK, with that PK now, he can just choose to jump and eat instead of
Speaking of
going for it.
PKs, initiation down here onto Luna by Tempest, the follow up by Empath. And once again, Sync rotating, and he was trying to get a ward up. Fusen did get the ward up just out of the Rev site, so that's
Top lane. Great hook to start it off. He managed to catch Mickey right on the edge. And Mickey is not having a good time this game. Holy crap, he has recovered to 260 GPM, but that's about it. This game is going to be mostly on Flens, and although that is the case, he's doing a great job so far.
Watch my blade dance.
Alright, so they are going for more of the split push route now, with the Swiftblade and the Silhouette. And in the meantime, the Hellborn is just choosing to take over the Legion Woods, and the Legion's like, okay, we're just going to take over your wards then.
man. They've made an effort to they opened up the bot lane for Rudazi to get levels and experience, but Sync's pretty much been camping it. They know the longer they prevent Behemoth from having an impact on this game, the longer they have nothing to worry about. Because I think that's the missing piece of the puzzle for BMG, is Rudazi having any sort of impact.
Yeah, Rudazi needs the PK before he can do anything, and he's not even close.
Yeah,
Like, I would have almost said for them to have Behemoth pull a wave into the woods and then use that and get level 3, you know, it makes Balthazar suffer a bit more, but Pharaoh isn't the greatest 1v1 hero, especially versus a Silhouette. I think Silhouette is just... he really doesn't care about what Pharaoh does on lane to him, because he can just use his Death Lotus whenever Pharaoh goes in
Ooh,
for
5 seconds
an
stun onto Pharaoh here, but Hag is nearby and TP's coming in top. At the very least, this might give Behemoth a chance to farm. He was terrified. He wouldn't even step out into that lane. Now Pharaoh's going to get the Swift Blade with that Wrath of the Pharaoh. Mummy's going to lock him down. That's a dead Swift Blade. Finally, we see the PK Nullstone combo complete on Silhouette, so maybe she can get active now, but it's almost a little too late. I still feel like they're in such a big hole here that they lack the damage to get some decent pickoffs. I don't know. What's going right for BMG at this point, at least?
I mean, I guess the Devourer is doing a really great job. And they do have the potential now to split push really well, but... oh, there. Mid lane, Keizu.
Yeah, Silhouette actually putting out a decent amount of damage onto him, but... and they have that ward by Fusen, so... having vision behind the tower. Not too shabby either. Activated the Glyph of Fortification. They get to Nye off top now. Boxy TP's in, but Melican just out of range. Gonna sword throw that max distance. So Aluna is gonna get caught out here. Essence Link's gonna stun her. The follow-up stun by Tempest.
Yeah, I mean, this is the second time now that Fusen has been picked off like that. He's playing a bit too aggressive right now, especially with the disadvantage that they have.
So you see that Hellflower pick up on Pharaoh, and he isn't as tanky as he could be. Do you think that's the right item choice for this game? Is that going to be a crucial item in locking down some of these other heroes on Legion's side?
Sorry, say that again?
The Hellflower item pickup on Pharaoh, do you think that's what they needed?
I mean, it's great versus the Silhouette, of course, but they first need someone to counter the Nullstone in that case. And, I mean, it is just a very strong item on Pharaoh to allow him to spam out those rockets and such, but... Oh, mid lane, Silhouette.
The God Hole comes out, but it is going to be canceled by a nice hook on Boxy, taking Tempest out of the picture. Silhouette TP's out of there with a roll. Power Throw connects, but this Tempe's got that Mystic Vestment's going to survive. A Swift Slash has come out, picks off Empath, and this is the shining light for BMG. Silhouette returning to the fight, trying to put damage in Malakin. Hag comes in and finishes off, but Mackay gets a kill onto Keizu, and now Malakin falls too. So absolutely a sign of life from BMG, as that's the first team fight they really took in their advantage, and Behemoth didn't even have to come.
Behemoth wasn't even there, and
Yeah.
that was just all because they tried so hard to kill the Silhouette. But because of that great hook from Boxy, Tempest's, you know, contribution to that fight really wasn't seen.
Yep. Super duper lackluster, but and they did actually take down Flen, so I thought they would have a lot more struggles doing it. There's a decent amount of damage coming out from Silhouette already. Once that salvo starts stacking up, huh?
Yep. And it's only going to grow now. Like, I'm assuming Balthazar is going to choose to go for something like a Geometer. It's just a bit tanky, whereas still giving a bit of damage. But it's really going to come down to... Oh, look, Rudo Z got his PK.
He did. Yes, he did, and that's pretty decent. And out of nowhere, he's level 8. That's so much better than level 1. I mean, he can do things now.
Is it? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he still hasn't leveled up his Enrage, but he's just been farming right now with that Fissure ability to get that PK. I'm not going to say it's a quick PK because it's absolutely horribly slow. But, I mean, now at least he's going to have an impact on the team fights for sure. I would like to see him have that level 2 ultimate up and the Enrage, but as of right now, it looks pretty... It looks like it's going to still take a while for that to be there.
Yeah, and the only person on the Hellborn team with vestments is that Tempest. And just the PK in general is just going to be so much better for him. The positioning to stop the Tempest ult, there's no shrunken head yet with the long-range Fissure. That's really not going to be a problem, and you can see they're already getting active. I like this. BMG, this is the time for them. They got a couple aggressive wards out, or at least one left in mid lane, so they're going to spot out Malakin Empath here. Well, let's see what Boxy can set up here. He throws out the hook, he catches Malakin. Not the ideal target, but Swift Slash is following up here in the meantime. It's bursting down Empath. She actually jumps into Malakin with perfect timing. The Fish are a little bit late, honestly, but coming nevertheless, and they're going to disengage.
Smart choice to disengage. They didn't really have the Tempest ultimate up, but the Pharaoh, Wrath of the Pharaoh could really do some work there, trying to catch off any stragglers. But now, all of a sudden, let's look at the damage charts again. Silhouette is starting to get a bit higher. And Make actually doing a great job now, dealing that damage out. He did go for a PK, which...
Oh, he did. I didn't even see that. That's how he got in there so quick.
A lot of people have been starting to run that now, because it allows you to jump in with, you know, perfect positioning every single time, and then when you've got that done, you can just get a great ulti off.
I'm a huge advocate of it. I think it suits the hero very well, and mainly when you have another main carry on the team, which is Silhouette in this case. So, but that puts 1, 2, 3, 4 portal keys on the Legion side team. The only problem I see with that is Sync's gonna catch on really quick that Legion team's gonna be constantly looking for the jump, and Pharaoh, one of the best heroes to counter that. You know, they just kind of can bait somebody out like Malakin, force the jump, and then counter initiate themselves and turn a fighter on. So hopefully that BMG is well aware of that as well.
Yeah. It's going to be very important that the team fights go all in favor of Sync from now on, because if they don't have that, then Baltazar is just farming and farming, man. He's getting up there. He's almost 500 GPM. I mean, he's gonna deal so much damage in teamfights soon.
That's true. Hellborn team's focusing on Shrunken Heads. Going to be Tempest and Malikan having those soon. What about the item choice of Mickey? You said he didn't have the best start, but he went for the light brand, so obviously building a Grimoire here. Nice Pharaoh Rocket.
And the rev ward coming out from Penny almost immediately. They're just gonna let this tower go. They're too afraid to take this fight right now.
Swiftblade trying to get up there to kill the Ward of Rev. Oh, Luna.
Is Luna in trouble though? Nah.
It was very, very risky, but I don't think they're going to collapse with the rest of
Shrunken
the
now
Legion.
picked up on Malikan, and this is the holy trinity of items, right? For that Malikan.
Yes. But about that Grimoire, straight in the Grimoire on Hag, think that says anything about what they're going to do in this game? I mean, that to me screams extending the game.
Yeah, and to a certain extent they have that they have the Tempest ulti always. That's their like saving grace almost. And then on top of that, you can split push so well with a Grimoire of power because your Sonar Scream is always going to one-shot the archers and stuff, and then your auto attacks are of course going to just bring down the creep wave quickly as well. So in a way I agree with it, but at the same time, why not go for more of a team-based item? Because if they have to fight now, with Root of Z being able to jump people, they're gonna want to be able to have some response because they still have the superior AoE.
Very true. And Silhouette with that Geometer's Bane pickup there, so good call on that item. I definitely think it makes sense here. I mean, she's all about that split push, and just more illusions creates more chaos and disruption, so.
And there we go, Grimoire picked up now.
Mickey's recovered quite a bit.
Yeah, he's done a really good job at recovering. Ooh, Pharaoh. The hook!
Yep, and the follow-up. That is a dead Pharaoh. Nice job by Fusen with these power throws, by the way. I mean, he's only got level 2? He's got 2 points into it, which is kind of crazy to me, but I feel like that's one of the stronger points of Luna is how much damage that thing puts out early game. But either way, she's connected with almost all of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy when you have a Devourer, of course, locking them down for 3 seconds and more because of the decay. But it really just... That's kind of the strength of the hero, because of course you can see like, oh yeah, Thunderbringer could support in the same way that he always has that global, but Aluna really always has it.
Oh, that power throw all the way to Hag! Swiftblade uses PK to get in positioning here. They're going to be looking for Hag. They're so close, but they can't see her. Oh, the Rot's going to hit, and he's blinking down to the no man's land down here. Will they check? I don't think so.
No, I think he's going to be safe in the end. He's even going all the way down.
It's so funny, like, I cammed on Aluna's power throw, and I was following it, and I'm like, oh, he missed Malikan, and I was about to take it off, and I'm like, wait, Hag! That was nuts. He threw that from across the whole map.
I guess he's trying to get out.
Mickey on a side quest.
Yeah. He's aware that they might still be nearby.
Does he have a TP? No, he doesn't. Okay.
No, he used it. He thought he blinked, but he then used his TP, then blinked afterwards.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Is Boxy in trouble, actually?
What are you doing, Rudizy? Whoa, he's going to collapse on a panty with a shockwave, follow a Fisher Stump, Wrath of the Fair, and everybody. And it was 1 versus 3. That was very questionable. There was no way he was getting out of there alive, so...
That was just super greedy.
Absolutely. Oh, the power throw! But it's not enough to get the kill, and... Yeah.
He's not going to have another one for another 45 seconds. It's always funny being able to see 2 power throws hitting right after one another. I was thinking maybe that happens in this situation again, but he's only level 7.
Oh, man, we haven't seen any type of... like, you think Rudizy got the PK, but no impact. Like, Legion team they have a pretty strong early game right now.
Oh my god, Pharaoh.
Wow, he died.
He just got one-shotted. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that Basher build and Swiftblades. This is what I mean. They're so active right now. Silhouette has the potential to be active. Swiftblade, Devo, Luna. So why not group up and try to force out, the group up by sync and get
I mean,
an
they've
effective
tried though.
shockwave.
When they pushed bottom lane out. Oh, the hook! That was incredible. That hook was just. I mean, they do have the ward, of course, but he hits them every time.
Yeah,
It's so unbelievable.
I need to start watching him more. I keep catching the ending tails of the hook. I can see the ending tail in the ultimate. What I haven't seen is a Tempest Void. I haven't seen one in about 25 minutes, it feels like.
Yeah,
You
and
got
now because of that pickoff, they're able to take out Kongor. And there's no buyback on Tempest. They do have vision though because of the rocket, and they are fairly
Gross.
low, so they might actually look to
Tempest
defend
dead
this.
though. I don't know.
Oh, the hook!
Oh my god, once again, a hook coming out on the Hag, the Fisher stun to lock him down in place, and Pharaoh's in a bad position. Look at him melting to the damage, the Swiftblade crits, melts him immediately. Malikan gonna sword throw in, start to initiate, and he's doing a decent job. He saved Empath in the process, activating that Shrunken Head pretty early though. Aluna's gonna get... Yeah, he's got to make a decision here pretty quick, because there comes the beam. The shockwave, but the Shrunken Head was still active. It didn't do anything. He's just bouncing all around. He's going to melt two heroes there now. He's going to turn and try to get a third. Devour has to run for his life.
Devour has the ultimate, but he's not going to... Yeah,
Oh, Tempest is now back up. That's a quad kill for Flensmeister, and what just happened?
I don't even know. Like Malikan was just way too strong there. They were thinking, oh yeah, I want to man up, but then they didn't follow through. Flensmeister was backing off. Behemoth missed the stun, so that was really questionable. And now they're gonna be able to take Kongor. Like,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Behemoth's ultimate went off while the Shrunken Head was still active on, because I didn't see Malikan's
no,
health.
he was out of area for. He was out of AoE for the stun. It did damage, but because he was the only one nearby, it did pretty much no damage.
Yeah, okay, maybe. I don't know. I didn't even see Malikan's health budge, and that. And I guess that's a level 1 shockwave against a level 18 Malikan, so. That being said, I feel like Sync did the best thing they had to there. BMG could have just stayed on Kongor, and Hellborn really probably would have initiated, knowing the Tempest was still dead for about 20 seconds.
No. They were definitely going to initiate. They were looking to do it, but it was just that they had such a great fight, and then afterwards they turned a bit greedy. They could have gotten out with all of them, but then they kind of wanted to turn it around. You know, they were in a position to do so, but things just didn't work out for them, and Malikan just ended up auto-attacking them down. So they did a great initiation, but afterwards they just got too greedy.
Well, we do have a pause here. Yeah, but once again, questionable ult by Behemoth. It's just he's got to be a little more patient. I'd like to hope, and I think that was a big part of that fight too. But now you have a token on Malikan, 2k gold in the bank. Tempest, I mean, completed his Shrunken Head. Hag's working on his Shrunken Head.
Hag did absolutely nothing that fight though, because of that original hook and then Make jumping in as well.
Yeah, 7% hero damage in general, not what you typically see on a Hag with a Grimoire.
Yeah, but he has had a suffer game. To be fair, Pharaoh is still just sitting on that Hellflower. I don't really like the Hellflower on Pharaoh. I mean, I understand it though, because they're versus a Silhouette and a Swiftblade, of course, but I think Puzzle Box is just so good on the hero. You lock someone down, drain all their mana, make sure that they really can't go anywhere.
Yeah, or keep in mind that he's likely going to be counter-initiating, so you think of the Hellflower as more of an offensive item. You jump on someone, Hellflower them, so you lock them down, but Hellborn team's not really playing aggressively, so the item, I have to agree, it doesn't really suit the hero in this matchup specifically.
Yeah. It also makes him a bit tankier, you know, it just makes him have a lot more impact. Also the fact that then you can get more map control once you've got it maxed out. You can just have them roam around the map a bit, counter some wards, making sure to keep vision all around.
Yep. Here comes a red power throw by Luna. It's going to scout out the Hellborn team. it's an illusion. Uh-oh, Luna. You're in a pretty bad spot here. Hag's gonna throw it into a Sonar Scream, but she didn't see her, I don't think. The Pharaoh Rocket missing too, so she's gonna
A
have
power
to...
throw. That was pretty funny. You can just power throw into the woods and then follow that path. See
Yeah,
what he's doing it again.
She's going on another adventure here, much like we saw Hag do at bottom lane.
But he's gonna walk into a creep wave. Now, putting on the veiled route, making sure not to be found out there. He is gonna go
What
for a
could he
ward.
possibly doing up here? Oh, he's warding? Okay. But Tempest, he's gonna die if this Tempest sees him. Tempest has DD in
And
his
he's
bottle.
walking right.
Oh, jeez. For a second, Tempest thought, what is he doing here? He must have friends, but quickly realizing that's not the case.
I mean, it's Fusen. He's probably just warding, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, they've caught Fusen out warding on bot lane and in the top rune a few
But
times
here
this
now,
game.
they've got an eye on Empath. They're not... Okay, they're using it now, so they immediately counter the ward, which is unfortunate, but...
Yeah, all that time wasted, all those trees cut down.
Pharaoh. He just gets one-shotted by the ultimate.
Yeah, I feel like Make's done that to Pharaoh every time its ultimates come off cooldown. It's just... Ooh, there's a Pharaoh on the map again. Guys, BRB.
Yeah, and even there, puzzle box,
Yeah.
they would take some of the slashes for sure, so you'd survive more often than not. I really don't like the Hellflower this game.
Yeah, the more and more we look
he had
at
a
it.
pretty damn good start, and now it's just kind of floating away from him.
Yeah, maybe it's one of those times, you know, it's like if you're winning early game, like Flux when he grabbed those Ghost Marchers instead of the Steam Boots. It's just like a decision that you make because of the momentum that your team has. But, you know, in these competitive games like this, things can change pretty quickly. So,
Yeah, definitely.
that being said, the damage is already done. They trade the double damage off to Hag. Where's Devo? Oh, he's in the jungle.
He's got an illusion rune.
Where's this God hole? I need to see one.
He does have the Shrunken now. But at the same time, the Boxy could cancel it with a great PK hook.
He's got those elementals nearby. Those might help him too.
And then there's also the Swiftblade who can use the Swift Slashes to counter it.
Well, hoping for a bash proc, huh? A brutalizer proc.
Well, no. The ultimate itself, it mini stuns.
Oh yeah, interesting. Is that on every slash it's mini stun? Yeah, right.
No, it's just on the first one.
The first one, okay.
To apply a mini stun and Swift Slash it. So yeah, it's not for all of them. Silhouette gonna be found out by Malikan. Carrie's having a bit of fun with each other.
Yep,
He
but
did get the bow now.
she's got the wing bow, exactly, so...
I like that a lot. I mean, Malikan getting a Savage is still far way away, and it's just such a strong item on Silhouette. Because of that limitations on her range, it's really going to do a huge amount. I mean, 500 range now, you're going to be like, why is this Silhouette attacking me when he's tree grappling like 50 billion times, you know? It's such a strong combo. Similar to Clanks being able to just stand in the woods, for example, flying around, and then Wingbow allowing him to just kill everything from those woods. And double damage rune at bottom.
Oh yeah, let's see who takes that. The token's about to expire off of Malikan here in just another 8 seconds, so they didn't really get the best use out of it. I mean, there's still a tier 2 tower bottom, but I mean, I guess there's not many objectives taken. No. Worthy of noting is the major totem pickup on Pharaoh, so I mean, the only thing I can imagine is to interrupt the Devo ultimate, because that's probably going to be a tablet, right?
Die Empath. Or not, the tablet.
The tablet, and the
Oh,
ultimate
but the
into
first
Hag.
flash.
The Hag dodges, sidestep God. Boxy's hook does not connect. And now they're going to turn on the Swiftblade. He's got no mana, no means to escape here. A couple of counterattacks going off, but that's a dead Make. Huge tablet by Empath.
Unfortunate that the hook didn't hit, but Make really just initiated way too early, and then the tablet just saving him from the Swift Slashes was pretty huge.
So I guess that's another use for the tablet, if that's what Pharaoh's building. I don't see him garbing an Energizer. Or gnomes or anything else, really.
Yeah, exactly. Like the major totem, it's gonna have to be a tablet. He's gonna use it to counter the no stone on the Silhouette, and then be able to Hellflower right afterwards. I can
Oh
see.
yes, very good point there.
It's a 2K item to cancel a 4K item, pretty much. But and then
What
in the
else
end,
is there that's cheaper? I mean, it's got some utility in this game as well, though. Like I said, against the Devo and the Swift Slashes.
yep, for sure.
Devo will have a shrunken head soon, though, and about 200 gold, actually.
But at the same time, Silhouette is just farming so damn well. Like, look at the GPM.
Yeah,
just
she's doing amazing. Oh, here comes Silhouette initiating onto the Pharaoh up at top lane, but... Oh, that was just the illusion? Did she switch out? Okay.
Yeah, she swapped out almost immediately. The illusion didn't have a lot of time on him, but had he committed to it, it would probably maybe been a kill, because Pharaoh doesn't really have anything in terms of escaping from the Silhouette.
Not yet, anyways.
Not
And-
yet, until he has that tablet. That's gonna make all the difference in the world.
Alright, Tempest looking to set up something here. He's got the Veiled Rod active in bottom lane with Hag nearby, but the target is Silhouette.
No illusion is up, and Behemoth is leaving his teammate behind. I really hope that he would just sit behind him so that they could bait, because... I don't know. Balthazar is playing really carefully. Oh,
Oh,
he knew!
she saw them, yeah. Forcing the shrunken head out by Tempest, but he's going to get dominated there. Very quick kill onto the Tempest. Balthazar, wow, that's huge damage. They get the shrunken cooldown as well.
And now, he just keeps farming.
Yes, Pharaoh ultimate interrupting that Swiftblade TP. And yeah, that was Make. Very unfortunate for him that Pharaoh was nearby, as he would have got away with that.
What turned out to be a really great game for Flensmeister originally has just turned into...
Oh, kind of middle lane, but the tablet's going to stop that ultimate. Yeah, Silhouette's rotating in the area, sorry. You're saying about Flensmeister?
Yeah, he's just not doing the greatest anymore. He hasn't really gotten any more farm, but that's also due to the way that Sync plays. They share their farm a lot with other people on their team. Like, Hag recovered to 400 GPM, but is it really going to be enough to stop both Make and Balthazar?
Very unlikely. And the more I think about it, too, the Demonic, it's a great item for Flensmeister to have on his team, but Pharaoh could have grabbed the Soul's Bulwark, and then that would have opened up, you know, the Savage Mace for Malikan earlier, because he needs it now. He's the only one that's going to be able to kill the Silhouette.
Unless they manage to, of course, lock him down with the Tempest Ultimate, and then on top of that a Bat Blast and Hellfire and everything, but...
2000
yeah,
HP, he's pretty tanky. Hag will take him down, but... That's
the main
still...
issue is that Silhouette has gone for no Shrunken, and so if they do manage to catch him, he is going to die, definitely. And mid lane, he's actually going to get caught.
He's Hellflowered, he's locked in the Mummy Wall, but is there anybody near enough to come? Malikan comes, but no, it's too late. They didn't kill him fast enough, he's going to swap out, and at the same time, they're going to turn it here.
And he's going to go back in.
Did he? Was that the real one? No, he's over there.
The real one is up the hill.
Yeah. Devo pops in with that Shrunken Head, unable to get the ultimate off on an Empath. A nice, well-timed tablet by Panty. Silhouette going in, trying to finish him off. Swift Slash is coming on a Wretched Hag, and he puts him in a nice position. Decent bounce since the power throw finishes him off.
Oh my god! That was insane!
Fusen can make a power throw montage off of this game, I swear to God.
Yeah, and Fusen MVP. Without that kill, they definitely would not be this comfortable to push right now. And oh man, is Boxy gonna catch the Tempest?
He's got to, because Tempest Elemental Void, it's been on cooldown for about 40 minutes, so he's itching to use it. Shrunken Head's off cooldown.
The Eye is going to be countering the ward right now, but here comes the
hook!
Oh,
Hook putting himself in a bad position, and yeah, Penny was getting ready to block him off, but choosing not to. And the Kongor has just respawned. Legion team's got about 30 seconds to decide whether they want to force it or not.
But
Penny's
this is not the
ward.
point where what does Balthazar get next? Because the PK is such a good item on him, and he has 3k gold saved up.
I almost feel like you can swap out the Nullstone for something. The Nullstone's not doing much this game. It prevents the Hellflower, but I mean a Shrunken Head would even be better.
Maybe. I don't know. I think he really needs something that really shows the enemy team that he's really tanky, and I'm thinking either along the lines of maybe a symbol, just to be able to man up versus the Malikan.
But what do you replace? You replace the Nullstone or the...
Yeah, the Nullstone.
Yeah, I agree.
I think get a Frostwolf Skull either. that could also work because that also works to counter Malikan a bit with that attack speed slow. Is Empath gonna die? He didn't see it apparently.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Frostwolf on the hero. Definitely wouldn't be.
Mid
Oh,
lane,
Devo
Boxy,
ult. Yeah, but it's gonna get erupted by that Wrath of the Pharaoh. Shockwave come out onto a Shrunken Head Malikan.
doing absolutely nothing.
Rudicy just gets blown off the map. I could have sworn he just shockwaved himself. Like, no
Yeah, I
barbed
don't know.
armors there? What? He must have got one shot by Malikan or something.
Like that was a really sloppy play again. Boxy was just itching to go in with that haste rune, but it ended up being not in their favor. All right, let's see though. Baltazar is just looking for that pick off right now. The empath will just
Whoa,
fall.
Rudicy bought back. Why would you buy back? Your ult's on cooldown.
Kongor. If they were gonna go, we're gonna go for the Kongor. They would want the behemoth there for the extra stuns. I mean, Malikan did use his Shrunken and his ultimate already, so it makes sense.
I guess it's a
It's not the
it's a
biggest
Fisher, but yeah.
I mean, a Fisher can be a big deal. Like, lock them into the Kongor pit, then they don't have any way to get out of it except for maybe the tablet. But then, again, they use a tablet, which could be used to save something else.
Yeah, there's definitely trouble brewing here. Wrath of the Pharaoh gonna activate onto Silhouette, breaks the Nullstone, gets the Hellflower off. He's getting locked down. There comes that Fisher stun. The mummies push everybody out. That was some kind of unfortunate event. Varin, Jesus. They go, and here comes Tempest. Gets the God Hole off onto Devo. Wretched Hag's trying to put in the auto attacks, but it's not really being super effective. Devo's gonna get the ult off onto Malikan. Now they lock him down through that Shrunken Head. Silhouette with so much damage coming out here. Devo throws on the hook to catch Hag. Now he's chasing here, but I don't even really think that they need to. The damage is done. This is a free Kongor for Legion side.
Yeah, Silhouette did end up buying back and then swapping back into the illusion, but that was definitely a win for the Legion team. And they don't have a tower in the mid lane, so they could choose to risk it and then get that Rax, but it's really risky right now.
Risk it
Mickey
for the
has,
biscuit. They force a buyback on Flens, at least. They could fake it, force the buyback. They did.
And of course,
He bought back.
Hag also has the buyback still, so... There's
Oh, the shockwave comes to next. They're gonna lock down Wretched Hag. One more attack will do that. And Malikan now, he's getting bursted down. He gets a sword throw out of there. But yeah, they're still pursuing him. And that was a huge shockwave by Rudizy, finally having a decent impact on the game, and they're gonna get a Rax as a result of that.
That really made the difference right there. I mean, Hag isn't buying back just yet, but the damage is done. The Rax is down. They forced the buyback out of Malikan, and I don't know. That was questionable from Sync, for sure.
Yeah, I mean that he needs to get that Savage Mace. That gold that he just spent on there is a bigger hindrance to him than losing the actual like buyback slot, I think. Time is against them right now.
You should buy back when the initiation happens, not when you're gonna get initiated on everything, because Malikan definitely has a chance to turn that around if he gets a good possession off, but if he's in the initiation, then it's really gonna do nothing for him. Oh, Swiftblade.
Oh, another Wrath of the Pharaoh coming out. He's gonna get the Hellflower off. Malikan close enough nearby, and it's revenge time. Keizu shutting down Make a couple times in a row here. After, yeah, the shoe's on the other foot now. But still, I don't think that's too big of a deal for Legion side. Make really already did the damage that he needed to do. Here comes a TP in by Devo. He's going to get the Shrunken Head off ult onto Pharaoh. Take him out of the fight. And now look at double damage. Silhouette laying into Malikan. Shrunken Head not going to do anything to help him out of this situation.
And now, are they going to look to finish the Rax off in middle, or should they go for the Kongor? They really should just finish the Kongor. It's been way too long already.
He's going to take that, though.
I would have given it to Make, of course, but he's dead at the moment, so it's very possible that either Behemoth or the Devo gets it. Because Silhouette, if he dies, he can always buy back and swap in.
I like it on Devo, because Devo's already a pretty hard target to kill, and when he goes in there, it sets everything up for the rest of the team to follow up. The Hellborn team's not really gonna want to collapse on them, but he could force it. Yeah, I feel like Make already did his job. He was so annoying in the middle game that he bought all this space, and that's why we're seeing a 700 GPM Baltazar. How many creep kills has he got so far?
I mean, he has
530.
531.
That's
That's
incredible. I mean,
that's insane.
without any type of farming tool really, besides the hero himself, the sustainer and the nullstone. But like, no, he didn't really commit anything to any gold to getting that. That's just pure hard-earned creep kills.
Yeah, I think ultimately the item build that I think is like that's gonna carry them through the late game is he gets the Genjuro instead of the PK, and then a Frostwolf Skull or the Symbol of Rage instead of the Nullstone. In that way, he's gonna be so strong in team fights. He's not gonna have the PK, but it's not really that necessary when it's gonna end up him being auto-attacking against the Malikan, because that's what it's been looking like. They're constantly having these little skirmishes against each other, and they really... One needs to get out on top. And right
Yeah.
now, it's already Silhouette, but when Flensmeister finally decides to pick up the stupid Savage Mace, it might turn in his favor. It's taking way too long for him to get that Savage.
It
For
is.
sure.
It's the constant team fights being forced out by BMG though, and the pressure they've put on that he doesn't really have a choice to sit back and farm. I mean, Silhouette also has Solar Steam Boots for post haste, so the push is going to be even more real. The split push. I mean, they got the mid racks. That lane's going to be taken care of, and now he's going to be bouncing around. Alborn's going to be always back in their base defending now.
Yep. The ultimate's up again, so he could just send out an illusion for the defense tower at top.
Here
Because, I mean,
comes.
what's the Hellborn going to do? They have the Pharaoh ultimate, of course, but he just needs to have his illusion attack the tower constantly.
This
Because
is Devo's time. He's getting ready. He's got the token. Wrath of the Pharaoh, but here comes the Devo with the Shrunken Head, activating the locking on the Melican. Shockwave gonna put out some decent damage there, but the Tempest is gonna lock down Swiftblade and Devo. In the background, Baltazar got picked off by Mickey. I'm not sure exactly how that happened, but Swift Slashes, will it finish off Melican? That Essence Link doing work to keep him alive. Eventually, they do get the kill. Okay, Silhouette did use her final buyback here, and they're looking to end the game right now. Devo's going to PK in up on the top lane, and Swiftblade PK's in to follow as well. The Fisher, not the most fortunate, but it's enough to get the hat trick for him and finish off the kill. So second buyback used on the Flensmeister too. Malikan's going to get Devo Devour ulted here, and that's it. He goes down. This is very bad for Sync right now. Both carries expelling all of their buybacks, but Legion team with 5 heroes up, and I don't see the defense. What are they going to do here?
yeah, really well played. Balthazar did make a mistake. He swapped in to the Pharaoh, even though Pharaoh ultied his illusion. So it was kind of strange to see, and he ended up being picked off because of that. But by the Hag with the Cobras as well. But he should have. It ended up working out because he had the buyback up, swap back in, and wreaked havoc.
Absolutely. And this is going to be a second set of racks here. And it just seems like even if they somehow didn't lose racks here, the momentum is just shifted, and we can see why Silhouette was probably the top carry for the better part of the last 2 Contour seasons. I mean, just the raw potential of her mobility. So here goes a Pharaoh onto Silhouette. Oh, but she gets the tree grapple off before the Hellflower procs. Devo's going to ult Tempest in the background, preventing pretty much nothing. His Goddle's on cooldown. Silhouette will get locked down here. They get the pick off. But Devo's still up here, activating that truck and doing work. A double tap for Boxy. Hag's got to blink in a few seconds. But Devo got a blink of his own following up. That's going to be a genocide. No.
Malikan comes up
Rudazi,
now.
yeah, Malikan is back here. Rudazi trying to get that range barracks, 1 hack tack at a time, but
I mean, I don't think that there's any way that Sync is going to win this now.
yeah.
The racks are, like, there's too many racks down, and they can't push fast enough to really make a difference anymore. And Root of Z buying 2 big items, getting the post haste and the resto stone, so there is absolutely
Where's
no
the-
way that this Hellborn team is going to push into their base.
Yep. And Hellborn team doesn't even have a base for that matter. Nothing left. Malikan's going to do his best here, but
I would like to apologize for Jinli kind of mentioning that Root of Z wasn't doing a good job early on. I mean, he really wasn't, but now he's made up for it in full. He managed to get his farm up and is showing us why Behemoth is the hero that he just does so well on.
oh yeah, absolutely. And you can't forget that it wasn't his choice that he was level 1 8 minutes into the game. You know what I mean? That was the lane that he was put in and the position that he had. He managed to find a recovery and yeah, landing some crucial shockwaves. So yeah, I recognize the shout out going to Udazi. Man, Resto Stone, you're right. He's definitely found his farm back.
His groove.
With the post haste, oh geez, yeah, there's just nothing that Hellborn team can do. They're gonna eat the shockwave one way or another.
Yeah. It's just so awkward now though as Silhouette because she's got all the items. But you can replace some of them for other options, but they'll just affect her farm. Well, not her farm. They'll just affect her in a different way.
Yeah.
Oh, mid lane. Oh, it's just illusions. Had the actual Silhouette been there, I think he could have maybe even picked up the empath without that much risk, considering that Pharaoh was porting out.
Fusen does have that ward up on the top, the range barracks at top, so they got a decent sight. There we go. Swift Slash connects on the tablet, does not disjoin it. Tempest in a bit of trouble here. Power throw once again. It's going to take out the Tempest and finish the job. Empath activating a illusion rune that she had saved up. Had a double take there for a second. Wrath of the Pharaoh onto Silhouette. He's been doing a good job of singling her out, but the boxy hook is going to turn the tides and save him there. Devo ultimate onto Empath, locking her down so she can't get into the Malakin, but she somehow does anyways. And finally the Shockwave by Behemoth to seal the deal. This is going to be the deciding team fight right here. The last kill going out, and the last man standing is Wretched Head. He's going to blink away, but the blink portal key, oh, that hook almost somehow didn't connect, but that's GG, well played, calling out. BMG taking game 3 of the series, making their way into the summer warm-up DreamHack finals here. My god, what a game.
What a game. Like, in the end, really well played by BMG, but I did think that their start was a little bit iffy with Flensmeister going out of control, but then Sync just got a bit too careful, and Malakin just does not carry as hard as a Silhouette with 700 GPM. That's what we can learn from this, I think.
Yeah, that is true, and at the end of the day, BMG showing that they're getting ready for DreamHack. Had a bit of a bumpy road getting here, but at the end of the day, they just took out, which is